Safety in chemistry class is very important due to the sometimes dangerous chemicals used in the lab. To be safe, there are certain procedures that you need to follow. This video states some of them.
Floyd, here's your lab. You have 40 minutes to complete it.
Thanks. Alright, let's see. Evaporate salt. Alright, we just turn on the gas. Wait, who are you?
I am Super Safety Man.
You are?
Yes.
And how did you get past the hall monitor?
Never mind that. You are being very unsafe.
How?
You're doing everything wrong. Let me show you.
So, what's going on here?
These are two students performing the very same experiment as you were. As you might notice, one of them is very safe, while the other is not.
I see he's wearing an apron and goggles and even gloves, but the other one's not.
Very observant. The goggles keep his eyes safe from chemicals that might endanger his vision, while his apron protects his stylish clothing.
Makes sense. Wait. Aren't you supposed to strike your match before you turn on the gas?
Luckily, his partner caught his mistake early before both their lives were endangered. Notice how he whiffs the gas.
Wait, he just threw the lit match into the garbage, not the used match container.
That is a very dangerous decision. Watch what happens next.
Oh my gosh, there's a fire.
Fire!
What? Where? Oh,
Right
my God.
there! Put it out! Ah! What are you doing, you idiot? Get out of the way! That is how you put out a fire!
Thanks, safety. Oh. Thanks, safety, man. I learned a lot about safety.
Not yet. There is more to be learned.
Let's go. Wow, Super Safety Man, I sure learned a lot about safety.
Yes, but did you see that one boy who was drinking pop in class?
Wait, the chemicals could have contaminated his pop, and then he could have gotten poisoned, right?
Exactly. Let's watch what happens.
I'm thirsty.
Wait, don't drink that!
Luckily, it was only enough poison to kill a small chihuahua. That'll make him think twice about drinking in class.
I'm sure glad I recovered from that concussion from the pop incident. I better get ahead in the lab so Eric doesn't get mad at me. Oh crap! I spilled some.
I'm sorry, I'm like, whoa! Ow! Oh, God! What are you doing? Get up!
I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
Now see what happens when you don't tell somebody when a spill occurs?
Yeah, I learned that you should tell the teacher and clean it up really quickly, or else you could get something really bad, called a lawsuit. Let's go make sure Eric's okay. He's cool. What? Ouch. I haven't covered anything yet. Ow.
Moron.
Well, anyway, Safety Man, we've covered a lot of safety tips. What still do we have to cover?
Well, let's see. We've covered Bunsen burner safety, eating and drinking in the lab, accident prevention, and now we should cover acid and bases spillage.
Alright, let's go see.
So what we gotta do next, Eric?
In the lab today, we have to grind up a very powerful base.
Okay.
So get to it. Be careful while you're grinding it up not to spill any.
Oops. My bad.
Yeah,
What
keep
do
going.
we got to do now to get rid of it now?
Since you spilled it, we have to use vinegar and acid to neutralize the strong base.
Oh, sweet, look at it go.
Yeah, since it's fizzing, you can tell that the base is being neutralized.
What's the next part of the lab?
In the next part of the lab, we have to dilute an acid so that it's safe for us to use.
I don't have to do this.
No, you obviously don't.
What? Yeah, I do. I'm pouring the water into the acid to dilute the acid.
You never do that. You
Why?
always pour the acid into the
Why?
water.
That's a very good question, Floyd. Why shouldn't they pour the water into the acid?
Well, I think I can remember my honors chemistry teacher, Mrs. Bauer, saying that you always pour acid into water because when you pour water into acid, it can boil over. You got acid everywhere, and it can get on you, and it can burn you, and you get all this stuff.
Yeah. All right, we get it.
All right, let's go.
Now, are you going to do it right?
Yeah.
You spilled acid!
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
That's twice in one lab!
I'm so sorry, man.
Since it was an acid, we have to clean it up with baking soda now. Since it's fizzing, you can tell the acid's being neutralized. There, now it's safe for you to clean up.
Gee, Super Safety Man, I guess now that the lab's almost over, I've learned everything I need to know about safety.
Not just yet. We have one more thing to go through. Safety procedures while cleaning up the lab.
What did you do?
I burned my hand in the hot rain.
We gotta get to the first aid.
Well, at least I know how to check for a hot ring.
How's that?
Well, my honors chemistry teacher, Mrs. Bauer, told me that you always take the back of your hand and put it to whatever you're checking. If you can feel the heat, it's too hot. Now, it's nice and safe. See?
Very
No
good.
big red mark. Wait. Oh my gosh, I need to get back to my lab so I can finish and don't fail.
Let's go! Well, we're here.
Oh, and good too, I've only got a few more minutes to do my lab. Let's see. Gotta remember to put on my lab apron. Sorry, I'm a guy. I can't tie knots behind my back.
Don't worry. My mother can't do it.
Let's see. Goggles. Let's see. Gotta be careful when I'm using chemicals, not to spill. And of course, when I'm using my Bunsen burner, to strike my match before I turn on the gas. And always dispose of my match in the used matches container. And of course, when I'm done, I always turn off my gas. Check, and obviously it's still hot. And be careful when I'm taking apart everything. And I'm done with my lab. Thanks, Super Safety Man. Will you come back next week and help me with my next lab?
I'm sorry, Floyd. I'm afraid I cannot do that.
Gee, you know what? You're a coward.
Floyd. Would a coward do this? Bye!
Well, I sure learned a lot about safety, and I hope you all did too.